All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth and truth and its sincerity. All right, in this particular video, I want to touch on how all the prophecies are still going to come to pass, no matter who's in office right now. As we seen, Donald Trump, he won the elections. So-called won the elections. Don't forget what FDR said. Franklin D. Roosevelt, former president of the United States, what did he say? He said, presidents are selected, not elected. Your vote don't fucking matter. All right? The Electoral College is owned by them small hats. They appoint somebody to be in the office that carry forth their agenda. All right? Listen to what FDR said. Presidents are selected, not elected. You got the right wing, and then you got the left wing. And then you got that group who owns the whole bird. And that's going to be them small hats. All right? We understand that this whole thing, it doesn't matter. But it's a part of their plan anyway. But Trump grandma could have been in the office. Well, the MOTB, World War III, so forth and so on. The prophecies are going to come to pass. The prophecies are going to be fulfilled no matter who's in office. This is Isaiah 34:16, and we read, seek ye out the book of Yahweh, which is these holy scriptures, and read. No one of these shall fail. What does it mean when it says no one of these shall fail? It's talking about no one of these prophecies. All of these prophecies are going to come to pass. They're not going to fail. Hell, 99% of them came to pass. But one didn't come. No, 100% of these prophecies are going to come to pass. The MOTB, World War III, martial law, race wars, civil war, so forth and so on. Jacob's trouble, all right, pestilence, the famine, so forth and so on. All these prophecies are going to come to pass. Just because Trump is in office right now don't mean a goddamn thing. You got these people here in America, they have this Kuna Matata as spirit on them. It's peace and safety. It means no worries for the rest of your days as spirit on them. Us, well, we have faith in what Yahweh Shimei Shah says, and he says that none of these shall fail. We see everything gearing up. We see the famine, the stage being primed for the famine. They're seeing wildfires from space now. How much acres of land is just burning up, because they got these wildfires going on. Burning up thousands upon thousands of acres of land, man. Farms are getting burnt up as well. They're also saying it's a everything shortage. Not a shortage on this or that, or, we get, no eggs, this month or something like that. They said it's an everything shortage. I ain't never heard no shit like that. What we short on? Everything. We see the stage being primed for the famine, race wars, civil wars, martial law. It don't matter who's in office. The prophecies are going to come to pass. All right, let's get 1 Thessalonians 5:3. Let me go and hop into some things that are going on right now. Because people are focused on Trump being in office like it matters, and it's like they're not even paying attention to what's going on today. There's still war over there in the Middle East. Russia is still locking ass with Ukraine. China still wants to take Taiwan. Iran is still actively trying to assassinate Trump. Now, we're going to get into some of that, man. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3, and we read, for when they shall say peace and safety, which the people are saying right now. They're saying peace and safety. Oh, God bless Trump. God won. I heard a mug say that. God won when Trump won. Heard a mug say King Trump. God's hand is on Trump. We know God is with Trump. All right? We're seeing people say this peace and safety. Oh, the economy going to get back booming. Oh, everything is good, man. There's one heathen. When I see him in a job, since Trump won, he looks at me, he says, man, we're saved, man. We're saved. They got this peace and safety spirit. Jake got the peace and safety spirit too, man. But guess what Yahweh Shah said? Sudden destruction is going to come, right? And since these people weren't on a watch, these people were just, living life, trying to chase the bag, not worrying about the prophecies. Actually threw the prophecies off. Put the Lord's word on the back burner. Guess what? Sudden destruction gonna come. And you're gonna get caught up in it. 1 Thessalonians 5:3, and we read, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them." See that? Sudden destruction, out of the blue, out of nowhere. "As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Right. But just like a woman travailing with child, talking about them contractions. An attribute of them contractions is what? They come out of the blue. They come unexpected. You're not going to tell nobody, well, in 5 seconds, let's all count down, that you about to suffer a contraction. No, contractions come unexpected. Right? Well, that's how the destruction is going to come. And it says, and they shall not be able to escape them. It says, and they shall not escape. So they're not going to be able to escape. Just how that woman cannot escape what? Those labor pains. Right? Just to get into a little bit of news. Because you got people out here on this peace and safety spirit, and they're not paying attention to what's going on still. Here we have it. Iran is still actively trying to assassinate Trump right now. Do you know if they get that off, that civil war will break loose? Right? They just arrested, I believe, 2 men. The third one is in Iran right now, in Tehran, that's the capital of Iran. And they were plotting on assassinating Trump. One man, he got sent to prison, and that's when, here in America, and that's when he was in prison, and he hired 2 other men in prison. I believe 2 of them is arrested. One had got away across seas, and they got evidence of Iran wiring them money so they can carry out the attack. You see that? They're actively still trying to get his ass. Right? You have Iran still in war with Israel. They're set to attack Israel in about a couple days. This is the speculation. That's neither here nor there, but this is how imminent the attack is, man. Shit, it can happen today. I think I ran across a video them saying Iran said they ain't worrying about it, Trump in office. They still trying to off him. They still want revenge from when Trump was in office and he killed their general Soleimani. They want sauce on that, man. So they said they're set to attack. They're going to attack. And let's not forget, America said that there will be consequences if they attack. And they said, yeah, we still going to attack. So we still got Jeremiah 50 and 45 jumping off of the page. We still got the least of the flock drawing them out into the battle, man. Least of the flock being them Amalekites, man, small hats over there in our land. And then we got them being America, drawing them out to what? The World War III. And we see it happening. But here you have it. You have Mark saying peace and safety, and acting like everything is just done. No, the scriptures say these prophecies are going to come to pass, man. You have faith in Trump. We got faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, right? Over there in Europe, you got Putin. He says, congratulations to Trump. But in the same breath, he tells Trump it's going to be a struggle for what? A new world order. And Trump knows exactly what he's talking about. Trump endorses a man named Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the face and the creator of the Neuralink, which is the brain chip. Trump pedestalizes this man, Elon Musk, and wants to give him like a position. I forgot the name of the position, but Trump really wants to do this with him. You see that? They holding hands. Elon Musk speaking at one of his rallies and things like this. Elon Musk, when he won, Elon Musk on X, which is formerly known as Twitter, he wrote 3 words, Novos Ordo Seclorum. It breaks down into what? New World Order. That's what he wrote. You think Trump don't know what Putin was talking about, saying it's going to be a struggle for a New World Order? Come on now. Elon Musk didn't just write that. He went to the Met Gala, which is like this elite party, and he wore an all-white suit, and on the back of it had Novos Ordo Seclorum, and they took a picture of that. He wanted that to be seen. All right? So he said it's going to be a struggle for a new world order. They want to figure out who's going to be on top. All right? But then you have Putin. He's still actively in war with Ukraine. And Trump came and talked with him and said he better not, he don't want him to escalate this whole Ukraine thing. So he already getting his hands dirty in the geopolitics. But you have Biden, the Biden-Harris administration still have like what, a month and some change of power. So they might give Ukraine the ability to use long-range missiles to strike assets and targets in Russia, which Putin already said if they do that, then World War III will not just be over there in Europe. It's he's gonna bring it to America doorstep. And that's loosely quoting what he said. So we have things still popping, right? We have civil unrest happening right now through the whole United States, but they're not talking about it on the news. We about to play a few videos, Lord willing. I might get through just one video, whatever, but there's civil unrest. You got people saying arm themselves from the Trump supporters. So you got these, the left liberals and, whoever leans to the left, you got them arming themselves with weapons, man, for the Trump supporters. Now you got talks of civil war still about to happen. So yeah, if the Trump supporters, if Trump would have lost, they was saying that they was going to start a civil war. Yeah, but it's going to happen anyway. You see it happening right now. They arming themselves in this protest. You see? Let's get 2 Ezra 15:15. Well, let's get Matthew's 24. Salakia. Let's get Matthew's 24. And let's get oh, that's 23, Salakia. All right. This is Matthew's 24:6, and we read 7, and we read, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. You see that? And we see the famines really didn't hit America too hard, but just some places already got famines popping already. We see that. We see pestilences all around the planet. Pestilence, they talk about pestilence here. The Crown Vic Royale, they say it's still here. They're talking about what is it? The Eastern Equine Encephalitis, EEE. Passed by mosquitoes. They said that 10 monkeys just broke out a lab. So they were giving warning on that. Yeah, we see that. Earthquakes in diverse places, man. But let's click on the word for nation. And nation shall rise against nation, right? And we see ethnos, a race, as of the same habit, i.e. a tribe, specifically, especially a foreign, non-Israelite one. You see? This is getting into ethnos, which, gets into what? The ethnicity, man. A people's race, their nationality. Right? So guess what? That's a civil war, man. What's going to happen here? Race war, too. Civil war and race war, Salakia. All right, and nation shall rise against nation. All right, let's get 2 Ezra 15 and 15. I believe. You're going to see a race war pop off, man. A nation going to rise up against nation. And we see them gearing up for that right now. You got the KKK coming out and saying that they want to go around and start killing Jake women. They want to take their country back. How about that? And the new age KKK, they ain't on horseback with shotguns with the pointy hats on. They equipped with AR-15s and they spend their money on hella weaponry. They, Humvees and shit. They got battle tactics. They're ex-Marines. They're ex-military, man. They're ex-police. Come on. 2 Ezra 15:15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall rise up and fight against another, and with swords in their hands. Race war, civil war. It's still going to come to pass. No matter if Trump grandma was in all, Kamala would have won. It could have been anybody up in that mug. There could be an AI in there. The prophecies are still going to come to pass, man. We see it reaching the boiling point to where these people are arming themselves for what? For each other, to attack each other. You see what the scriptures just said? For nation shall rise up against nation. Gets it into ethnicity. All right? We see the race war brewing. One people shall stand up and fight against another. This could be race, and also civil war. Civil war meaning people from the same country fighting against each other, and loosely quoting the definition. Citizens fighting against citizen. That's a civil war. And we see it brewing today. So it don't matter who's in office, man. It's going to come to pass, man. All right? The prophecies are going to come to pass. So with no further ado, let's play a video. Salakia. Let's play a video. Salakia, bear with me. Let me get this situated. Get this thing situated. All right.
Saying defend yourself against the Trumpers. We are in for a wild ride with some breaking news that threats are being sent to politicians across the entire country. And in fact, we are getting massive amounts of hate mail and hateful comments, some of them threatening real violence here on this channel to my email, the one that's associated with this channel. It is astounding what people are breaking down about. We're starting to see a lot of people on maybe what could be some sort of mental health problem. They are saying arm up. They're saying defend yourself against the Trumpers, defend yourself against Republicans. They're basically calling for civil war. They're seeing what has happened with a Trump presidency as being a readiness, a ready sign to go.
You see, he said they're basically calling for civil war. You see? Prophecies are still going to come to pass no matter who's in office, man. I know I was looking forward for them Trumpers to jump off, start wailing out if Trump would have lost. I was looking forward to that too, but I'm also of the belief that it don't matter who's in office. You know what I'm saying?
To war with fellow Americans. This is very dangerous territory. I don't really know where it's going to end. All I can say is I've increased my own defenses from visual security units to different things that we do here around the property, different operating procedures. So when you'll go outside, what you'll do, what you're looking out for, what you're keeping an eye on, how ready you are to react. Those are the types of things you need to start thinking about. I'm out here in the country. You might be in a city environment. You're going to have to adapt your operating procedure to the environment that you are within, because you never know when one of these crazies, somebody who's really out to get...
Don't start with hellfire. If you draw hellfire in the first place, you are really out of luck. Although
out to get you just because of a belief or maybe an idea that you've had, they will cause harm to you and your family. A lot of people who are doing this and calling for this type of civil war, They are people who fully believe that they are justified in their action. I talked to a friend of mine, and they are a child psychologist, but maybe that's even more important because of how the people are handling our world right now. And I said, why is this happening? How is their perception altering their views on reality? And they said that this is really dangerous because these people are perceiving the reality of our world as a threat that doesn't exist. They think that every woman is now going to be stuck in some sort of abusive, physical 1800s lifestyle. They think that everybody who has a view in the not straight community is going to be lynched on stakes like the witches in Salem. They really believe these things, and because of their belief, this person said, that's what causes them to think they can act, like they have a right to act. Now, in Florida, they have something called the castle doctrine, and it means if you can prove, because no matter what, you're going to have to prove to a jury of your peers that you had fear for your life or the life of someone else, and that's why you used lethal force against someone. It's perception. Do I perceive and can I prove to a jury of my peers that I was in fear of my life? Now these people actually believe that they are in fear of their life, their future, their kids going to school. So this is really, really scary times, guys. I hope that you're really watching what's happening, and I hope that you're maybe telling your family and your friends that they need to increase their own security and kind of start thinking about what they'll do if they look at some sort of violence. The European Union is right now urging people across the world to prepare for nuclear threats and chemical warfare attacks. They have recommended that households across the world stockpile multiple.
But you hear all the stuff that this heathen's getting into, right? But you got mugs out here thinking that it's over with. Trump won, it's over with. No, that's the wrong mindset. All of these prophecies will come to pass. None of these shall fail. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So let them be in a peace and safety spirit, because we know the scriptures speak about sudden destruction, cometh. Right when they, feeling like that, sudden destruction come. Right? And they're going to be caught up in it. All right. So you hear all he said, you hear all he's saying, right? We still see the prophecies coming to pass, no matter if he won or not. And it's still going to be, the prophecy is still going to come to pass. I keep reiterating it, no matter who's in office. I'm going to stop pausing the video.
Days worth of essentials and prepare for emergencies that are related to armed conflicts. This was a report by the former Finnish president emphasizing the need to enhance military readiness and blaming Russia for increasing tension. Now, some strange things are happening in the theater of war between Russia and Ukraine. I believe that Russia is going to make some major back deals. They're going to make some backdoor deals. Ukraine is not going to be okay. There's already reports saying that Crimea is done. You might as well call Crimea Crime Russia, because it is over for Ukraine. They say that Russia is on the brink of direct conflict with the United States. This is Russia saying this. This is Lavrov.
Well, hey, it's prophesied that America and Russia are going to go to war with each other. That's a part of World War III. All right. So like, y'all, I'm driving. These mugs in here in Mississippi can't drive worth a damn. Anyway. Right, it's prophesied already. We see prophecy jumping off of the page. That war that's in Israel already. A war between them and Iran. Russia getting dragged into it. America being dragged into it. We see prophecy still jumping off of the page, man. All right, and it's prophesied that they will lock ass with each other. We see Ezekiel 38 jumping off of the page. We seeing Russia being a guard to these littler nations, man. We're seeing Joel 3:15 or 3:10 jump off the page. We're seeing the weak say that they strong, man. North Korea just came out and shot the largest ballistic missile in history. And it stayed in the air for like 83 minutes. And they said it has the ability to reach anywhere in the U.S. Okay, prophecy jumping off of the page. Once again, we got Jeremiah chapter 50, verses 9, and you go to 14, talks about them arrows taking America out. Them arrows is talk about what? Them nuclear missiles. And it says, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. That means every nation that has nuclear capabilities, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against Yahweh. Right? So we see prophecy jumping off of the page. So once again, I keep reiterating, it don't matter who's in office.
Sergei Lavrov, he's the foreign minister to Russia. The United States and Russia are saying that Crimea is done. You might as well call Crimea Crime Russia, because it is over for Ukraine. They say that Russia is on the brink of direct conflict with the United States. This is Russia saying this. This is Lavrov, Sergei Lavrov. He's the foreign minister to Russia. The United States and Russia are engaging in direct military conflict, says the foreign minister, warning in an interview in Turkey. Under the direct and current president of Joe Biden, who has taken the downward spiral of Russophobia in the U.S. to a logical...
Right. But if you want to look at the rest of that video, there you go. You know, the title's right there on your screen. I want to play a little bit of another video by this guy, Steve Ram. All right. They get into the unrest that's happening across the U.S. right now, because I mentioned it. And this is just to draw the point on home that all these prophecies are still going to come to pass. And we see it. All right. You got to be a special kind of retard. I'm saying like that. The Lord ain't dealing with you if you think Trump about to get in office and the prophecies is not going to come to pass. Now, yo, you know what? You're on your way to just die. All right? Lord's not dealing with you. And sudden destruction going to hit your ass. And when the MOTB is implemented, you're going to take it and you're going to get nuked. It's going to be a nuke with your name on it. There's going to be a warhead with your name on it, man. Right? So let's look at, what does it say? U.S. state erupt. Oh, damn. Gotta pay attention. U.S. states erupt. I'm trying to drive and read this at the same time. So just bear with me. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's see if this is it.
The police don't want you to know this.
Hey, Mom, I canceled your car insurance.
What?
Warnings are being issued by state governors as we have now seen Donald Trump victorious in the U.S. presidential elections. And this comes as yesterday I shared with you the warnings coming out of cities erupting in protests. Take a look at the latest headlines that have been coming out in the last 24 hours. Governor Gavin Newsom calls for a special session to protect California values after Trump wins. Here's another one. Daywatch, Pritzker, Illinois, has a warning for Donald Trump. This coming out from the Chicago Tribune today. Also, we're on our own. Denver's first little protest of the second Trump era, as I shared with you, cities around the nation protesting the election of Donald Trump. Here's another one, protesters. This is from yesterday. I shared this with you as soon as it had come out. Protesters gathered outside of Chicago's Trump Tower after an election landslide. Videos can be seen. Not my president. Protests erupt in Philadelphia and Chicago after Trump's decisive win against Harris. And take a look. Women's March plans to protect Trump's second presidency in D.C. So we are seeing both sides coming up. Women's March plans to protect Trump's second presidency. And also, fear grips New York City immigrant communities now over Trump's promise of mass deportation. Illegal immigrants, we have heard, they will be deported if they are here and they came through not legally. And look at this. This is making headlines left and right trending.
Now, how's that supposed to look? Trump gets into office and then he starts mass deportation. But you don't know where nobody's at. You don't know who's in America right now. The border wide open, right? So how does this look? How do you go and get all of these people, round them up? Well, Trump was talking about giving the police one day to get their cities in order, their cities, towns, or wherever they at, to get everything in order. You know, round people up, basically giving them immunity on anything, like a purge night type of thing. You gotta put your mind, you gotta think about these things. How does this look? How are you going to go search these people? How are you going to get these people? And don't forget, you got cartels here. You got gangs here. And if they're going to go around and go into active war, because they already talked about going into active war with the military, shooting at the military, They already talked about this. These games. There's one specific gang, something de Agua. I'm pretty sure you heard of them. Yeah, they talking about shooting at the military. So how would you got to get this? How would that look? You know, that looks in the future like the military will be deployed, and it'll be like a war out here, like a race war. You know, America trying, round up, the Northern Kingdom who came across the border. And also, not just the Northern Kingdom came across the border, you got some of the Southern Kingdom, like Jamaicans and Haitians, so-called Haitians and Jamaicans as well. So how would that look? I would, we just know what's going to happen. We don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but just to think about these things. Military and all these people focusing on blacks, Hispanics, and you natives. How about that? You ain't getting out of this trouble that's coming as well, because you got Esau wanting to put you on the chopping block too, because they believe this is his country and they want to wipe your ass out too. FBI already caught some white supremacists already trying to make an ethno state, kill everybody in the whole state, and they just wanted the whole state to be white. All right. So you so-called natives, you ain't safe neither. All right. But I just wanted to, lay those things on the table. I'm already reached my destination. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, and then we're gonna close out.
New York City is now ending their food voucher program that allows migrant families to buy their own food. I'm going to give you more details on this coming up here in just a second. And take a look. Trump actually, though, has made gains throughout New York City as Democratic margins plummeted. They are saying that Donald Trump has actually gotten a lot of traction in New York City, that they are actually saying that what he is saying that he is going to do is resonating with them. These mass deportations, protecting our borders, getting our economy back on track, dealing with the conflicts around the world, and doing it in a different fashion than the current.
Man, all the prophecies are still going to come to pass, man. But anyway, I hope it was edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.